Welcome one and all to another edition of the Defo Show with Lubie here on the 5 Reasons Sports Network. Brought to you by Water Cleanup of Florida. The heat is on, not on the basketball court, outside, all throughout South Florida. And the rains are soon a-coming. Not the greatest things for our homes or offices. If you want to know what it is, Water Cleanup of Florida. If you have any water or fire issues, they are the people to call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. 954-579-0356. Michael, Robert, George, their entire team has well over 60 years combined experience. Beyond that, they are fantastic at getting to you. They're fantastic at getting the job done. And with licensed, certified, insured contractors, they are amazing at making it look brand new. They did that for my wife and myself with our townhouse. They'll do the same thing for you. 954-579-0356. Check out their socials at Water Cleanup FL. Check them out online on the web, wcufl.com. Water Cleanup of Florida. If you have the schmutz, they have the guts. The Florida Panthers have had the guts, carrying the banner for the South Florida sports scene. Second straight year now into the Stanley Cup Finals. We talked to a dear friend of ours, restaurateur, chef, and also happens to be the brother-in-law of Roberto Luongo, Florida Panthers great, Florida Panthers executive, the one and only Rino Cerbone. Knows his hockey, knows his restaurants, knows his Panthers. Joined us today here at the Defo Show with Lubie on the 5 Reasons Sports Network.
A lot of Italian blood flowing through the body of Rino Cerbone, but if he was Jewish, he certainly would qualify as being among those like Lubie and me, and would fit into the category of being Meshuggah. Now, Rino, how are you, my friend? Now, Rino Cerbone joins us here on the show.
Morning, boys. How are you? How's everything?
Good morning, my friend.
Doing well. Where were you Friday night? Were you working or were you at the game?
Of course. Yeah, I was working, screaming at everybody that got in my way because I was completely stressed out. People trying to show me the score and stuff, and I didn't want to see anything until I'm not very superstitious, but for some reason, whenever I try to watch the game at the restaurant, we don't end up doing good. So I'm like, no one say a word to me, and if you do, I'm going to throw something at you. So that kind of happened a few times, and then once I got everybody's plates out, I ran across the street to go see some buddies of mine at a place called the Federal that just opened that's in the practice facility to watch the last 10 minutes, watch the time tick, and I ran the hell out of there and went back to work.
Nice.
Very nice. What were your thoughts? I mean, everybody's talking now. Lubie and I have become experts on this very suppressing, forechecking style that the Panthers are playing. We didn't notice that all year long, although they had to be exhibiting those same characteristics to get to where they are. But very, very impressive. I mean, they shut down the New York Rangers, who were a high-flying act, and they really killed off, no pun intended, their power play. Yeah. To the point where, would they give up 1 or 2 power play goals the entire time? I know they gave up a couple of shorthanded, but
it was 2.
Nonetheless, I mean, that was impressive.
Yeah, which completely washes it out, though. I'm like, yeah, that's a great stat, but how about we don't give up a goal when we have advantage, right? So,
sure.
So it kind of washes it away. For me, yeah, I mean, it was definitely the forechecking was amazing, especially deep in the corners. But for me, it was the neutral zone play. Actually, I felt like we were creating a lot of turnovers, and we were really, really getting under their skin. Like every time they were getting like about to enter our blue line or whatever it was, they just completely just bamboozled these guys. They were getting a stick in there. They were in their face as soon as they were touching the puck. The Panthers were right there before they entered our zone. It was really impressive, like you said. What was even more impressive to me was the calmness in which they played. Like, even though it was chippy and it was intense, they didn't look rattled ever, even when we were down. They didn't look desperate. They didn't look like they were panicking. They were just constantly calm and just like, a lot of hockey to play. Don't worry about it. Let's keep on going. It was insane. Like you mentioned a few minutes ago before the break, though, there was something a little extra special about just giving it to the Rangers a little bit, you know?
Well, were you allowing Ranger fans into the restaurant at Heritage? Oh, you were? Okay.
Listen.
Like Mayo shows up in his Ranger jersey, you weren't going to throw him out?
Him, I would just throw out for being him. There's a difference. I would throw him out for being him, whether he's wearing a Ranger jersey or not. I would just be like, get the fuck out of here, bro, okay? I know it's going to happen. There's going to be food shrapnel going around as you chew, and people are gonna have to start dodging. I gotta give those little bibs to people when they walk in because Mayo's coming.
With a
No,
little
seriously,
lobster
though.
picture on it. Yeah, nice.
No, but listen, no, but Mike, he's going for the Panthers now. I think he was. I haven't spoken to him or seen him because I think he was teetering on. Oh fuck, which side am I on right now?
Whoever's winning, that's where he's going.
Do I continue to get all the bolognese that I want, or do I actually want to be a Rangers fan?
Yeah, we won't have a table until next March. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So, and I don't want, we will look ahead in this conversation, but I do want to enjoy this for a moment. I do, it does feel like it, and I didn't even think about that. I know that every goalie they played at the time was playing. Vasilevsky's always great, and then Swayman was playing fucking out of his mind. Yep. And then Shesterkin, I didn't realize he was the next fucking Wah or Hasek or Brodeur or King. I don't.
Does he have three legs? This guy, or was it especially large appendage?
Dirty.
What the hell? Yeah.
I didn't realize just how good he was. Like I know he's good. I didn't realize he was that good. So to look back at it and see them go through those three goalies. Yeah. And control, and again, control the tempo, control the series. And you said it, like, no matter what was going on, especially when you're facing a goalie like that, it can get really frustrating. Yeah. And a one-goal deficit can feel like 5. It never did. It felt like at some point the dam was going to break. They were bringing the pressure in every series and every game. Yeah. And it like eventually in game 5 and game 6, it just collapsed. And they got up 2 goals in both of those games. I don't know. The team last year started to feel a little different, but it feels like they're physical in the way that they've never been. It reminds me the 96 team was very physical, but they didn't have the talent. This team feels like they combine both worlds where they have the physicality of some of these other teams, and 100%. They also have like 5 or 6 guys, 8 guys. I think they were getting goals from like 8 or 9 guys gave them goals in this series.
Yeah, no, you definitely, listen, you hit it on the nose. I've said it before in our past conversations. This is a very special team. I'm not just saying this because we've gotten this far. Even last year, and even when it was building piece by piece, I was like, man, this could be something great. This could be something special. We've never had depth like we've had before. This club right now, this group is the best. The one thing the Panthers never had was depth, and it was always our Achilles heel, because as soon as there was an issue in the lineup or whatever it was, we were like, oh, fuck, now who's going to cover this spot? We got it all covered now. We have options, between throwing in, Lamborghini and Lawrence when they need to be, which by the way, Lawrence came in last night, so big shout out to him. What a sweetheart he is. And, or if Okposo's got to go in, like we have the pieces. What I like even more is that these guys, even if they don't play all the games, when they do come in, they play like animals, and they're just happy to be a part of the group. There's this love in the room it's like you hear about it. That's what's huge. That's what wins games. As far as beating the goalies, listen, Shesterkin is unbelievable. We knew the way we had to beat him was, if you notice, gets very I don't want to say rattled. That's not the right word, but you're not going to beat him head on very, very often. No, that guy is just always square to the shooter. He's always ready to boogie. But in his feet, when there's a mix up in the feet, though, right? And there was a game to where I was like, we won, but I wasn't impressed by the win. Like, not like I was like not good enough, but I was like, we got to figure out a way to beat this guy head on a little bit here and there, because, I don't want to say a lucky goal, but like when Bennett had that one goal that crept in when he was behind the net, when he was just jamming at the puck, and, a couple goals like that, when we had an own goal, I think it was game 2, right? So yes. It was like, it's good because you find a way to win. A win is a win. But what really started getting our confidence was when we were getting the shots and beating him head on. Because, you can't rely on the goals to just get lucky to sneak by him once in a while. But we found a way, and he did it. What was even more impressive was our defense. So even if we did get a lucky goal or not, and then one head-on awesome goal, we were finding a way to just keep that lead or whatever it was. I mean, we were gritty. We're grinding, we're going. And yet we have finesse. What the fuck is that all about?
Yeah, it's really weird.
Holy Jonathan Huberdeau, yes. What happened there?
It's insane. It's like, here we are grinding and we're blue collar, and at the same time we're like also fancy and we know what we're doing. It's like, what the fuck, it's amazing. Very, very special to watch. Really is.
Bill Zito, not talked about enough among South Florida
Seriously.
sports figures.
Oh my God,
What this guy's done has been remarkable. We had Dale Talon for all those years, and people were talking about how well respected he is among hockey circles, but definitely old school, and took some serious balls to dump Huberdeau and bring in Kachuk in that deal, and they gave up other talent in part of that trade. And yet, I mean, where is Huberdeau today? Is he even in the league? And Kachuk is spearheading this entire movement that has led to back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals. Even if they lose, you would have to say it was a giant quantum leap forward from what we usually anticipated from this team.
Well, going back to a special group, when Hubie, which, listen, I was sad when he was traded too, but it's a business.
A great guy too, a very nice human being. Yes,
he's amazing. He's amazing. I was really, really sad to see him go, but it is a business, and when you have a chance to pick up a player that's elite, not that Jonathan wasn't, because he is. When you have a chance to pick up a player that is younger by a few years, not by much. Maddie's what? He's 26, right? He's 26. I think he's 30. Yeah, he's 26. I think
his father looks like he could knock a couple of people out still. Yeah.
Holy shit! Listen, hanging out with that guy's a lot of fun. Believe me, he'll still go down, man. He'll still fight with the best of them. He's amazing. I love it.
Yes.
Amazing. But anyway, so it was very, very, very sad to see him go, but it's a business, and we had to move forward. When he had that amazing season, he had 100 and something points, like 101 or whatever it was. Again, it's the group. There was a synergy in that room and with him that you're not going to get again. Listen, if Barkov were to ever leave, God forbid, whatever, he would still be amazing because he's one of the most amazing players in the world. But it's the way you respond with your teammates. It's the way you have that, that love, like I was talking about. It's that extra stride. It's that extra belief that gets these guys feeling special. I mean, look at Reinhardt. Who would have thought Reinhardt was going to be almost a 60-goal scorer? Not me.
Incredible, yeah.
I always thought it, for sure, always good for anywhere between 25 and 35, which is a great player, which, I'll take that any57, 58 goals?
Yeah, he was second.
That's amazing. That's amazing. As far as Zito, my favorite thing about him is those crazy eyes in his interviews. I love those crazy eyes. Once I saw those crazy homicidal eyes, I was like, dude, this guy is a whack, and I love him. He's got that fire, and like you said, he's got balls.
Yes,
he's got a set.
He
was just
like,
shit, look, man. We're gonna go for it. There's always these windows. Before teams have to go and rebuild and stuff like that. He's like, we got to enjoy this window. Like last year. Or no, I'm sorry, not last year. When we were the President's Trophy, we went with, we got Giroux, we got Sherrod, we got all these guys, and we shit the bed, lack of a better term.
Yeah.
We really shit the bed. We got out first. It was like, people were already starting, because you know how Florida fans are. They start chirping right away, and it's like, everybody shut up for a second. Shut your fucking mouth. Let this guy just do his job, okay? Yeah, okay, whatever. All right, we shit the bed, but look, we're not going anywhere. And like I said, little by little, added that depth. And here we are. It doesn't happen overnight, So I can't say enough about him. He's doing an amazing job, and very, very, very happy to have him. And bringing a guy like Matty. I mean, game changer.
Being a relatively poor judges of character, it's unfortunate. Never have we been so wrong about anybody as we were about Paul Maurice.
Yes.
Who we thought, I mean, what is this retread piece of shit, losing his coach in hockey history, has nothing to say, appears to be void of personality, and wow.
You used to say that? You guys used to say that?
Oh, no.
When he first was hired, we thought, my God, who is this schmuck? We thought he was Joe Philbin, only French, but wow, is he brilliant, this guy? Has he been to Heritage? And if he hasn't, can we go there on the night that he makes a reservation?
Listen, he's welcome in my place anytime. For like, besides being an amazing coach and all that stuff, for one reason only, and it's my favorite because I'm the same way and I love it. He's so fucking sarcastic. I love it.
Yes.
The way he gives it in the pressers. Oh, this guy.
Well, I mean, they're asking him. He's trailing 1-0, and they do that interview, which I would think would be a complete nuisance. Although they're very cooperative in the NHL during the game. I mean, his action pucks are flying by his head as he's talking. And he tells the young female reporter, no one's been arrested yet. We're still in pretty good shape.
Yeah. No, listen, his sarcasm, his wit, and I think he's got this magic. Well, first off, look, he's always been a great coach, right? He's been a great coach. But sometimes great coaches It depends. It depends on the unit that they're working with.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
you see this all the time. You'll see a great coach go with a team, and it just something's not clicking, something's not gelling. It has nothing to do with their coaching ability, maybe their coaching style, maybe just the way they communicate. But this guy, he found a way. He found a way, and I think it's his. I think it's his appreciation for not only the game of hockey, because you just always hear about how much he loves the game, but for these guys. You know, he said in an interview the other night, he was just like, you know, this is not about
He
me.
said
You
it's
know,
not
I'm
me.
just wearing a suit.
He's like, I
I'm
have
just wearing
nothing
my
to do
suit.
with it.
It's great. Yeah.
Super humble, super like, who the fuck am I? I'm just wearing a suit and I'm just chewing my gum like an animal, and I'm walking back and forth like I'm about to take a chomp out of drywall, and I'm just yelling and screaming. But these guys, they just get it done. I mean, how can you not go through a brick wall for a guy like that? You
Stays
know?
cool too. I mean, no situation
Well,
throws him out of his, except for that lecture that he gave. What was that? The previous series when he got
yeah,
the team all fired up.
yeah.
He was great. No, he's been exceptional, and we were dead wrong. We started making fun of the guy because you thought, well, geez, here they go again, another nondescript guy who is going to come in here and do nothing exceptional with the team. But it's been great, back-to-back Stanley Cups. And now, do you find being in the service and hospitality business, Reno, with your restaurant? I don't know how largely this would impact your business directly, but is this a boon to the local economy when you have a team that gets into a situation like this? Is there
Yeah,
some spillover and trickle down to restaurants and places
for
other than
sure.
sports bars, which would be a natural? But
For sure, for sure.
yeah, you find a little surge in business.
It's not necessarily surge in business. I mean, there's just this thing in the air that people are just super super excited. So,
Yeah,
you know, obviously while the game is going on, you know, they're probably watching the game or whatever it is, but you know, they want to, especially if there's a win, there's the celebratory cocktails and the high
sure.
fives and stuff like that. So people, you know, there's definitely something in the air, especially when it comes to hockey, because you know, people always say that Florida's not a hockey market. You know, we're in we're in one of the
It's
hottest
not much of
places.
a market for anything, really.
Yeah.
I mean, even though we have everything here, it does seem like indifference. I mean, this is the city of false hope. Would you agree?
Well, it's not that it's false hope. I think it's Florida has become, especially Miami. It's like the home of glitz and glam. You know what I mean? And the thing is that, like, look, when you're in Boston, even if you don't like hockey, you're a Bruins fan.
Yeah.
That's just the way it goes. You know what I mean? In New York, you are a diehard Rangers fan. Florida's been always kind of right. What do they always call us? Fair weather fans, blah blah blah. Which is not entirely untrue. I'm not going to
No.
lie. You know. And all of a
Although
sudden,
that's true in other cities also. Maybe not, like you said, Boston or New York, where the
oh, for
people are
sure.
diehard fans. But people
Yeah.
tend to, sort of matriculate their way towards a winner. And
But when you do find the true fans, they're
yeah,
just
Yeah,
they're just as
they
good
have
as
diehards.
fans. Like the
they're
Panthers
just
have
as
the
good as
fans.
any. But
yeah.
here's the deal too. And let's cut the bullshit. People like to win.
Yes.
People like to win.
Yes.
So fucking make teams that win. You know what I mean? You want to sell the jersey and the extra hat? Well, don't fucking trade away everybody, or
Yeah.
don't do this, don't do that. Like,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? People like to win, and you know what? Rightfully so. But I'm very proud of the way the hockey fans have been for a while now. It's been, we're going on quite a few seasons that people are really starting to show that the Florida Panthers are an actual team that Panthers that fans are very very passionate about, and this just solidifies it, having a
Yep.
group of guys like this.
Yeah.
I could see you being like a Trouba type, throwing some elbows here and there.
On the ice, definitely, but I tell you
Yeah.
what, I hate being like against that guy. I wanted to beat the shit out of him every time I had the chance.
He was talking about how they were going to draw blood one way or another in Game 6,
Get
win or lose.
fucked. Oh, kiss my ass. Look, listen. I love the ferociousness. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
But fuck off.
What I wanted to get into the coverage a little bit. I don't know how much time you've had to watch TV because you're busy,
Yeah.
whereas Lubie and I are in semi-retirement here, but and we're zeroed in on this stuff. But are you seeing any of PK Subban, who I kind of like that he has his own style and he's very brash and he'll say stuff. But
Yeah.
for PK Subban to be calling people out as being dirty players, Does that not seem like the so-called pot to make a restaurant reference, calling the kettle black? Because this guy was one of the dirtiest motherfuckers in the league for a long time.
That's listen. He's an awesome guy. First of all, he is so rad. He's funny as shit.
Yeah, I like him, but this seemed a little out of character.
He would ramp it up. He would like when he used to have to ramp it up, he would ramp it up. And damn, was he good at it? And what was even better about it, he had a big ass mouth, but he had the skill to back it up.
He was really good.
Yes.
I mean, he's a personality. He has skill. He had all that stuff. I mean, if he was going to throw an elbow, he'd be like, "Yeah, I threw a chicken wing out there. You know what? I like wings. What kind of sauce you want with it?" Like, that's what I liked about him, though.
What kind of sauce?
Yeah, what kind of sauce? You want a little hot sauce? What do you want? You want a little tangy? Like, what do you want? Like, he was
barbecue.
Seriously, he was with it, man. Listen, but was he not a great player?
No, Subban was great.
It was great. Yeah, he made a difference on any team that he was on.
Any team, and his vibrance was infectious.
And he seemed angry at Messier, who was being a complete Ranger homer the entire time that he was on it.
Well, of course, Messier was. Listen, that's that guy's like. I mean, come on. What did you expect for him to be like, "Go Cats, go"? Like that wasn't gonna fucking happen.
It was ridiculous, though. I mean, Shesterkin would give up 2 cheesy goals. Well, he didn't really into it. No matter what, Bobrovsky could have, saved the puck with off the top of his head, and they still were talking about Shesterkin the entire time, which maybe was justified. All right, what do you think, Edmonton Oilers? I watched some of that game last night. I mean, the Oilers played pretty remarkably in coming back from a 2-1 deficit, winning the next 3 against Dallas, team that a lot of people, they were a better team in the regular season, and they would have had a better record than the Panthers and had home ice. So what do you make of the matchup here?
I thought Dallas was going to go all the way. I mean, they got pretty close. Last night was a bit of a surprising win. I'm sorry. I mean, it's going to be hard to win games with 10 shots.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It's like ties a record low or something for a winning playoff performance.
It's the craziest shit I've ever heard. I was at work, and my good friend, he's like a little snotty brother to me. My guy Paul was like, he was keeping me updated with the score, and he goes, "They have 10 shots. They have 10 shots." I was just like, here I am thinking it was Dallas the whole time. I was like, wow, Dallas only has 10 shots. I'm like, that's crazy. They're not going to win tonight. And then I saw the score and I saw the shots. I was like, what the fuck? Am I high? What is happening right now?
I think they might have had 6 or 8 going into the third period.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
It was like 2-0.
Listen, they pulled it off. They found a way to win. And that's what hockey's about. It doesn't have to be a pretty win. It doesn't have to be highlight reel goals. You just find a way. Whoever wants it more and whoever's gritty. I have no idea how the fuck last night happened. I really, really don't. Besides McDavid's goal.
2 quick power play goals and nothing the rest of the way. McDavid's
goal was stupid.
Yeah.
The amount of space that guy needs to just fucking dipsy doodle around everybody is unbelievable. I can't, honestly, I'm going to shit my pants thinking about it. I don't. You better just bear hug this guy every chance you get because he will find a way to just break everyone's ankles. Yeah. I have belief. I think I'm not going to speak too soon, but I think we have just as good a shot as any. And listen, Edmonton's a great team. Obviously, I hope we win. It's going to be a great series. They're not the team I thought we were going to play in the final, but hey, if you're going to win, I don't give a shit who is against. Yeah, I really don't care. Let's just go.
Well, and much was made. I'm looking at my New York Post today, and they got the postscript on the series, and their top line there, Zibanejad and Panarin and Kreider had been so solid for them, and the Panthers did a great job of shutting those guys down. But it's a different animal when you have McDavid, Draisaitl, and the Jewish kid, Hyman. Can they have that kind of, in your opinion, Rino Cerbone, can they have that same kind of success with their top line against Edmonton's top line?
100%.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Okay.
100%. Listen, these guys, like I said about being a special group, they can beat anybody. It's just about the belief in the room. Listen, like we always referenced last year, we weren't even supposed to be in the playoffs, man. We just snuck in. It's who wants it, who's tenacious, whatever. We're playing with. We have a bit, with a bit of a chip on our shoulder because of last year. But I think we have a group of competitiveness and grittiness that just I'm loving. Can we talk about Rodriguez, by the way?
Yes.
Can we talk about him for a second? Holy shit. You know, I always knew he was a good player, but this guy is really,
Where
really
did he come
showing up.
from? Yeah, exactly.
He is showing up, and he just does all the little things right. That's what I love about this guy. He's not trying to be super fancy. He's not even trying to get a game-winning goal. He's just doing all the little things right. Yeah, he's just sprinkling it in there. Rodriguez, bringing it home like a taco shop, baby. Let's go. He's rocking and rolling. He is fucking unbelievable. Biggest lips I've ever seen, but awesome.
I'm not sure if you're catching the action here on the chat line, but there's several contributions here from the aforementioned Mike Mayo of Lunchbox fame.
Oh, is he chatting in?
Well, I mean, he wants us to remind you of your close relationship with one of the executives with the team there, Roberto Luongo. He says that he'll volunteer to bus tables. I'll wash some dishes, and Lubie will become your maitre d' for the night.
Yeah, I'll host. I'll do whatever you need.
If we can get into one of these games. Our friend Jim Sarney, who loves your restaurant, by the way, thinks we're assholes for wasting time on a show, schnorring for tickets. But we don't know anybody that would have. We know Minervini. We know Red Deer Randy Moeller. I worked for years with Steve Goldie Goldstein. But none of those people are returning any of my messages or calls at this stage.
Oh, wow.
We don't have that Michael Yormark who used to paper the house every night. He would give us like 20 tickets for every game to do whatever we wanted.
Well, that was when we sucked and we were just trying to get anybody in the arena. They're like, here, come to a Panther game. Here's a shirt. Here's a jersey. Here's a mug. Here's Standing Sea Panther. Bring him home with you for a month. Here you go. Just come to a game.
Wouldn't it be worth it, though, to make the inquiry, Reno, to your brother-in-law, Roberto Luongo, see if we can get 3 or 4 tickets just to see Mayo bussing tables?
Listen, you know what? If that's what's on the line, I swear to God, I'll spend $5 even if I got to buy them. If Mike Mayo's going to bust tables and wash dishes, I swear to God, I'll pay $10,000 a ticket.
In his Ranger jersey, too. He'll have to do
Fuck that. Fired.
You show up to work looking like that? He's like,
I'll baptize him in the deep fryer. Fired. That's it.
Will you be in attendance at the opening game, Reno? You take a Saturday night off for the game one Stanley Cup Final, my friend.
But game 2 would be a
Saturday night.
Game 2 would be a Monday, you would think, and you're closed on Mondays, right? Game 2 would be probably
closed on Monday.
Oh, wow.
There's a chance, maybe. I don't know. You know, so
you need somebody to drive you there and pay the parking. I'd be willing to do that.
Can Mike Mayo be our chauffeur?
He would do whatever.
We should have him wait in the car while we all go to the game.
100%. He'll sit in the back like the old school commercials with his Grey Poupon, just making a sandwich.
We'll be on about
his own little schmear. So he can't go to the game. He'll the tears will fall into his bread and his sandwich, and he'll just do his little big bite bullshit and fucking choke on his tears.
Big bite of a $17 hot dog. Do you have people that pull up to Heritage and just have the driver wait outside, like while some old rich-looking guy, is with some young babe? Does that happen? From time to time.
Yeah. It's a little strange. You know, we're just like, hey, buddy, which the one with the hooker. Got it. Yeah. You're that guy's driver. Okay. The 70-year-old guy with the 25-year-old girlfriend.
Trump shows up with Stormy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh no, there it is, little hooker there. Love it. There's some characters that come, you know, that I'm just like, we know what's going on here, buddy. We know what's going on.
Panthers in 6, is that your prediction? That seems like a nice number.
I'm going with Panthers in 6 again. I said it.
Okay.
I said it. With these guys, it's like, I don't like sweeps, right? Like, I'm not saying that we're going to sweep Edmonton. It's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, every time we're like, oh, we're going to sweep that team. I'm like, I don't even like sweeps because it gives no adversity. It gives no life to a series. I think it's bullshit. I feel like Cats can get it done in 6. Reason being is because every single time we have lost on things that cost us the game, immediately we have come back and immediately rectified the situation and improved on why we lost the game before. So again, hats off to Maurice and coaching staff and all the video guys, because when you have a bunch of guys that are that into it and want to fix those mistakes because why they lost. I think Cats in 6. That's my prediction, and I'm excited. I just want everyone to really enjoy this because it'll be another 150 fucking years before this happens again. Maybe so. Really just taking it.
Before we go, what were your thoughts on them not touching the cup? I thought that was fucking great. That last year there were kids in a candy store, and we all were like, this isn't it. But I was like, fine. We haven't been to the cup since '96.
Yeah.
Second straight year. They were pretty much the best team in hockey most of the year. Most people had them right there before that little swoon before the end of the regular season. But in the playoffs, they've gone right through. To see them like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, I love that.
Edmonton did the same thing,
year,
though.
So, listen, and the fact that you saw, like, Maurice, right? As soon as the guys started clearing the benches, he went right over to Barkov and Kachuk. He said, don't you fucking touch that thing. and you saw Barkov, his hands were like, I promise, Coach, I'm not going to do anything. And Kachuk was laughing his ass off. And even when Barkey went up to the trophy, he looked so terrified. He was like, I'm just going to look at it. My hands are over here. I'm not even getting on the carpet. Did you notice how far apart they were?
They weren't going.
They weren't even close to it. Like, usually, like, they're close and they're, like, kind of, like, leaning into it.
No way.
But this fucking thing, they had to get a wide lens. They didn't want anywhere near this motherfucker. It was
hey, where's Batman? Yeah, I mean, they couldn't even find the commissioner. All right, one final thing, if you don't mind, Reno. I appreciate you taking time to be with us here. I know you got to get moving here with your business day. But all right, so we need a little quantifier here about Edmonton. I remember talking to a friend of mine who was from Toronto. We were at some handicapping tournament, a horse racing handicapping tournament. And I was asking him about Toronto and Montreal, and he says Montreal is a French ghetto compared to Toronto. So how does you were very familiar with Vancouver, obviously.
Yeah.
How does Edmonton compare as a city to Vancouver, being a Western Canadian
It's out west,
city?
right? Yeah.
Honestly, I've only flown through there. I haven't really spent time in Edmonton. It's fucking out there. I'll tell you that much.
Where the fuck is it? Yeah.
Where the fuck is it? Man? It's like, I mean, these poor guys just.
It's not even on the map. I mean, it's easier to find the Titanic.
Seriously, it was the first thing we all said to each other last time. We're like, oh, I guess we're facing Edmonton. I'm like, these fucking poor guys are going to spend more time on a plane.
Yeah,
than anything else. It's out there. It's out there. I've never been. It's supposed to be a night. Listen, all Canadian cities nice. It's not a big city, but it is fucking remote.
Wow.
It's out there. They love their hockey and. Yeah, I really can't speak too much about it because I haven't been there. But it's like might as well go to the fucking Guam. I don't know. I have no idea.
Somewhere in Montana or whatever.
Somewhere.
Yeah. All right. One more thing, if you don't mind, because Mayo was eating like antelope tartare at some Tampa restaurant.
Tallahassee was
Have you ever dabbled in any like one of these Anthony Bourdain type of things?
What a bougie bitch.
Antelope tartare. Have you ever done any kind of Bourdain type of dishes? Any of your restaurants? So where you had something that nobody would ever in their right mind order unless they were on some kind of hallucinogenic drug.
Well, we definitely don't want to attract those kind of people.
Yeah.
Because listen,
they don't tip well.
People, right? You either get the people that are hallucinating and just like losing their minds, or you're going to get these very sophisticated people that claim themselves as foodies, and I automatically want to throw them the fuck out. Listen, public service announcement. Stop saying you're a foodie. That just means you're an asshole. That's all that means. That's all that means.
Substitute asshole.
Foodies. No, you're not. You're just really fucking opinionated. Eat and shut the fuck up and enjoy. Did you like it or not? Fuck.
That's sweet.
With you 1,000%. Yeah. Mayo used to be insufferable like that, and then he started admitting that he ate a Skyline chili as a matter of choice. Reno, we love you, man. All right, see what you can do on the ticks. We won't press it any further. I mean, if you give us a call out of the blue,
my best to get there even myself, so I'll let you know.
All right, my friend. Always
Thanks,
a pleasure.
guys.
We'll have to get in there and see you soon.
Reno,
Cheers. Let's go, baby. Cheers, guys. Thanks a lot.
We'll talk to you
All
soon.
right, Rino Cerbone, proprietor chef at Heritage.
Rino Cerbone is a blast, a renowned chef, great restaurateur. Heritage is fantastic in the Flagler Village of Fort Lauderdale, just outside exact downtown Fort Lauderdale, but it is the greater Fort Lauderdale area. Fantastic Italian restaurant, quaint, but big in personality, big in taste, and great prices. We love Rino Cerbone. We love Heritage. He not only knows his food, he knows his hockey, played hockey his whole life, and his brother-in-law for 20-something years is Roberto Luongo. Been with him through his Panthers days, through his Canucks days, through his Panthers days, and now as an executive with the Panthers. He keeps a close eye to those Cats. Big fan of the Cats. Friends with a lot of the players, a lot of the execs, a lot of the coaches. He knows a thing or two. He is ecstatic. We're ecstatic. Let's go Cats. Second straight year in the Stanley Cup Finals. We'll keep talking about that. Yes, the NBA Finals is set. That tips off Thursday. So we'll talk about that this week. Check us out each and every morning on South Florida Live, the Defo Show with Lubie, Facebook or YouTube. Check us out on our daily podcast. We do on nofilter.net, or just, it's actually the easiest way to find it. Google The Morning Briefing, Caffeine TV. We talk sports of all kinds, and we talk in and outside of the world of sports on the Believe Network, BLEAV.com. Search After Hours for specialty podcasts we do there. And each and every week, at least, our South Florida skewed content, The Defo Show with the Lubie, on the 5 Reasons Sports Network.
Hey folks, Tony Segreto here. Let me ask you a question. What do you look for when you go out to eat? Good food, obviously, friendly atmosphere, not too loud, but good energy, reasonable prices, and a place where you feel comfortable. All those ingredients, no pun meant there, are hard to find unless you're talking about the Texas Roadhouse. You see, they encompass all of those attributes. Really, really good food, amazing atmosphere, good for a family, good for a date, or just a night out for yourself, and prices that will make you extremely happy. Their ribs unmatched. Steaks hand-cut every day. Everything, and I mean everything, is made on site, including their incredible bread. It's the one day, folks, that you can forget about low-carb diets. Trust me when I tell you, Texas Roadhouse, your restaurant, your destination when you say, where should we go and eat tonight?
These days, we're all looking for comfort anywhere we can find it. Thank goodness for Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill in Plantation, because they are making sure you are as comfortable as possible. First of all, they're not only open for delivery and pickup. All you have to do is go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both pickup and free delivery. You're going to have the best wings in the world. You're going to have a great burger. You're going to have their amazing soups. Again, Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill. It's nice and easy. Just go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both your pickup and free delivery. Thank goodness for Landlubbers for making you always feel right at home.